Hello, veterinary friends. Welcome to Dr. Vet channel. I am Dr. P.R. Patel, Professor and Head Veterinary Medicine. Today we'll discuss important topic commonly occurring disease in animal, that is myopathy. In part 1, we will see definition, etiology, myasthenia conditions in various farm animals and pathogenesis of myopathy in animals. It is a disease of muscles. We understand here what is myopathy. Myopathy is also called as myasthenia. It is also called as skeletal muscle asthenia. Let's understand what is this. Myopathy is a non-inflammatory degeneration of skeletal muscles. So it is mainly a degeneration of skeletal muscles. So due to degeneration of skeletal muscles, it is clinically characterized by a various degree of muscle weakness and accordingly the manifestation. If the myopathy is mild one or little small portion of the muscle is involved, there is mild muscle weakness and a mild manifestation. Similarly, if there is moderate degeneration, more muscle mass is involved, moderate manifestation. If large mass is degenerated, so almost whole muscle or one or more muscles shows the weakness and the manifestations are serious. Again, this manifestation depends on how the degeneration develops. One thing is amount of degeneration. Second is how quickly it develops degeneration, means acute, subacute or chronic. The main pathology observed here is hyaline degeneration of muscle fibers. You know that hyaline degeneration is a glassy material. There is no cells in that. The cells are degenerated in the form of a glassy, just like a cartilaginous matter. I think myopathy is clear. Myopathy is a non-inflammatory degeneration of skeletal muscles characterized by muscle weakness and pathologically by hyaline degeneration of the muscles. Coming to the etiology part, there are many factors working to cause muscle degeneration. First one is nutrition, and important elements are vitamin E and selenium deficiency. When there is vitamin E and selenium deficiency, it causes a disease called angiotic nutritional muscular dystrophy. That means muscle degeneration. In simple language, it is called as white muscle disease. The muscle loses its luster and the muscle looks not normally pink but it is whitish in color. So white muscle disease due to deficiency of vitamin E and selenium. Due to this deficiency, there is muscle degeneration and it is commonly observed in young animals, cows, lambs, foals and piglets. So this is important deficiency of vitamin E and selenium. Another important thing is regarding exercise. There is one term called exertional rhabdomyolysis. Means exertional exercise, too much exercise. Just it causes exertion. Heavy exercise leads to a condition called exertional rhabdomyolysis, and that is commonly occurring in horses. And this disease occur after exercise to a unaccustomed exercise or insufficient training to the horses. When horse is not used commonly or regularly for exercise, and if the horse is given too much exercise, it produces a disease called exertional rhabdomyolysis. In this, there is muscle degeneration, and horse shows a typical symptom, that is stiffness. Horse reluctant to move due to pain in muscle groups, and common muscle groups are involved are muscle groups of back, pelvis and hind limbs. Due to the stiffness and reluctance to move, the horse looks like it tying up, tucked up, or say tying up, unable to move, stiff. So these are the symptoms observed, the disease called as tying up. Next etiology, congenital degenerative myopathy. It is a hereditary condition. It occurs in newborn calves, sheep and goats. It is a hereditary condition that the muscle remain degenerated, there is degeneration of the muscles by congenital. Certain drugs also causes muscle degeneration, myopathy. Example is prolonged use of corticosteroid. As a clinician, we must remember this. Prolonged use of corticosteroid causes myopathy. Another cause is toxic agents. Some of the plant toxins and mycotoxin also causes myopathy, muscle degeneration. Next cause, local ischemia. The word ischemia means locally there is poor blood supply, and that area is lack of oxygen, ischemia. And when there is lack of oxygen, there is muscle degeneration. And that occurs in prolonged recumbency. When the animal sits down for a long time, there is a pressure on blood vessels, and the blood supply to the muscle is poor, resulting the ischemia of the muscle. That causes muscle degeneration. And as a clinician, important diseases remember is parturient paresis and Downer cow syndrome. These two diseases are very important, frequently occurring in field. When the animal remain in sitting position for a long time, there is pressure on the blood vessel that leads to poor supply to the muscle ischemia, muscle necrosis, muscle degeneration. Another cause is the neurogenic, when the nerve is damaged to a innervated muscle, there is loss of muscle mass or decrease of muscle mass. There is muscle degeneration. And in this condition, there is a flaccid paralysis observed here due to neurogenic innervation. Many etiologies are working for myopathy muscle degeneration. We continue here the etiology. Mitochondrial myopathy. There is myopathy or muscle degeneration due to defect in mitochondria. When there is damage to mitochondria, you know that the mitochondria is a energy cell of the body. When there is damage to the mitochondria, it affects energy production in the muscle, and the muscle will not get energy, leads to muscular atrophy. Similarly, endocrine myopathy, certain endocrine abnormality that causes myopathy muscle degeneration. Example is excessive glucocorticoid production in dog. The name of disease is Cushing disease. Due to excessive production of glucocorticoid, there is myopathy. Next cause, neoplasm. You know that neoplasm is a tumorous growth in muscle. Tumorous growth, but and the pressure caused by these tumors to the other normal cells. This causes directly muscle degeneration. Here we will see various myasthenia or myopathy conditions commonly observed in farm animals. First condition is ischemia in iliac thrombosis in horse. In the iliac artery, there is thrombosis. When there is thrombosis in the iliac artery, the muscles that is supplied by this iliac artery are suffering from ischemia, and this condition is observed in horses. Similar condition, ischemia in iliac thrombosis, and after recumbency, we have already discussed, that is observed in cow with a disease parturient paresis, and cow is unable to get up. This cow may turn into the Downer cow syndrome. Certain toxins or general toxemic diseases also commonly cause myopathy. Certain metabolic effect on muscle fibers, such as when there is hypokalemia, decreased potassium level in blood, hypocalcemia, decreased calcium level in blood, and hypophosphatemia, decreased phosphorus in blood, hypoglycemia, decreased glucose level in blood. There may be myasthenia or myopathy. So when the animals are not able to get up or when there is weakness, we are giving these electrolytes, potassium, calcium, phosphorus, and glucose intravenously. So this also helps for strengthening the muscle. Next is lactic acidemia, an important disease. After engorgement of grain ruminants. In ruminants, if too much grains are fed, there is a digestion of grain, and on digestion there is production of lactic acid. Lactic acid is a acid moiety, and this acid is dangerous in the rumen. It causes destruction of microorganisms in the rumen. Being a acid, it causes necrotic effect on the rumen wall. The lactic acid, when absorbed into the circulation, it causes a condition lactic acidemia. The cause is excessive intake of grain, excessive intake of carbohydrate. On digestion, produce more amount of lactic acid, result into lactic acidemia. Due to this lactic acid in the blood, that goes to muscle, and in the muscle is causes myasthenia. This is a common disease in ruminants. Here we study the pathogenesis. It is very important. If we know the pathogenesis, clinician can understand how the symptoms are developed. Clinician can plan the treatment accordingly. Pathogenesis for the primary myopathy. There is the characteristic change. It varies from hyaline degeneration, which is mild, to a severe condition, coagulative necrosis. It affects heavy thigh muscles and diaphragm muscles. Myocardial lesion. You know that heart is also flourished with skeletal muscles. When there is degeneration of skeletal muscles of the heart, there is acute heart failure. And in severe cases, there is rapid death within few hours or few days. There is clinical effect of muscle lesions such as muscle weakness, muscle pain, recumbency, stiffness of gait, inability to movement, and development of respiratory and circulatory insufficiency. This all depends on how much muscle degeneration is there. Depends upon a mild muscle weakness to a serious muscle weakness. It also symptoms depends on which muscles are involved. If the muscles of a important systems are involved, there is serious symptom. For example, if respiratory and circulatory muscles are involved, then it causes a serious consequences. Continuation of pathogenesis. If there is necrosis of muscle, it causes acute primary myopathy. There is rupture of the muscle fiber. Myoglobin is released from the muscle fiber. Myoglobin enters into the blood. Myoglobin excreted in urine condition is called as myoglobinuria. The urine become red or coffee colored. Important thing is here is that myoglobinuria causes myoglobinuric neuropathy. Name of the disease kidney failure is an important complication. Myoglobinuric, myoglobin appearance in urine, nephropathy, pathology in kidney. Large particle of this myoglobin are trapped into the glomerular cells, glomerular tubules, and they block the glomerular tubules because the myoglobins are the larger particle. When they block this myoglobin, when they block these tubules, there is a necrosis and degeneration of kidney and develop a kidney failure. This is an important complication. Exertional rhabdomyolysis we have already seen in horses. Thus, when the excessive exercise is given to the horses, it causes a disease called exertional rhabdomyolysis. Excessive exercise cause increased glycolysis with depletion of muscle glycogen. The muscle glycogen is utilized very fast and there is accumulation of large amount of lactic acid into the muscle. Accumulation of large amount of lactic acid in the muscle. Being a acid, it causes damage to the muscle. It causes hyaline degeneration of the muscle fibers, and that is a serious condition in the horses. We continue here pathogenesis. We have already seen various causes, various levels of myopathy, primary myopathy. Now we go to the secondary myopathy. The primary myopathy means lesions are in the muscles. The etiology is in the muscle. Secondary myopathy means myopathy is due to causes in other parts of the body than the muscle. That is secondary. Then this causes a ischemia in the muscle. These various causes a multiple focal areas of necrosis in the muscle, and that causes a increase in muscle enzyme. And you know the name of the muscle? Creatine phosphokinase. This creatine phosphokinase is appear in serum from muscle. When there is rise in enzyme creatine phosphokinase, suspect two condition: muscle damage and kidney disease. Remember this thing. And this leads to this ischemia, degeneration, necrosis, leads to muscle weakness and variety degree of the symptoms. Next pathogenic, neurogenic atrophy of muscles. If there is degeneration or if there is damage to the nerve of a muscle, then there is a marked decrease in total muscle mass. That is because of the degeneration of the nerve, damage to nerve. Marked decrease in total mass of the muscle and degeneration of the myofibrils, and this condition commonly lead to paralysis of the muscles and especially flaccid paralysis. Paralysis in loose muscles, that is flaccid paralysis. Paralysis in which the muscles become very loose, flaccid paralysis. Friends, requested to share this important information of myopathy to our veterinary friends and students. And if you want the progress of this channel, that this channel should flourish, please subscribe this channel. Thank you very much for observing the video. Next time I will come with video on myopathy part 2. Thanks.